So the issue of xenophobia undoubtedly continues to be a big issue for South Africa. What did the minister say she expects from her counterparts about this issue as she heads to the UN?
Well, Shahan, without a shadow of a doubt, this has been a very dominant issue in the South African discourse. And the minister says in New York she's not expecting any backlash. Her counterparts have just been talking to her, asking her, trying to understand the underlying causes of the violence that we have seen in South Africa, directed mainly at the African migrants and other foreigners. So the minister says Pretoria will be carrying that particular message of saying that it's committed to the African vision, the Pan-African dream, as it were, as well. So let's really just take a listen to her reaffirming that.
I will expect that South Africa will be treated in a proper manner, given that as a government we haven't done what has been done by some countries on the continent, where hundreds have been expelled when they are illegal immigrants. We've tried to be humane in our efforts. Yes, there's been this violence, but we've not behaved as other African governments, and those that did those things were not rejected by the international community, because all of us understand that the subject of migration is a deeply challenging one, which we need to address with full alert to the needs of humanity and to the observance of the dignity of others and the human rights of all persons.
Now, Minister Pandor says government will embark on a social cohesion program for South Africans and migrants.
Right, so Shahan, so she'll be working with all the diplomats accredited here in Pretoria, really to try and find the solutions to deal with this issue, but also more importantly to avoid the recurrence of the incidents that we have seen over the past 2 weeks. Once again, let's take a listen to her.
We'll work more closely with diplomatic representatives in South Africa to find ways of developing programs. We're going to liaise with associations of various nationals that already are in South Africa to look at whether there are joint initiatives that we could undertake with them. And of course, we must manage our immigration far better, because you can't just allow lawlessness as a country, and anyone can just walk across a border into your country. You don't know who they are, you have no registration, you have no biometrics. That's intolerable. So us and our administration of immigration need a great deal of attention, and we'll be working on that.
And then, of course, Kaya, the minister heading to the UN General Assembly meeting, what is going to be high on her agenda?
It's a number of issues, Shahan. We know that South Africa's economy is stagnating, so that's going to be a main priority from the side of South Africa. But of course, generally, issues like climate change, making sure that the use of diplomacy in resolving conflict will be some of the very key issues in New York.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Our reporter, Kylie Kumala.